What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we hop in this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this video. Also, today's video is going to be simply just about being okay with walking away from anything that does not serve you or anything that is not bringing you peace or not bringing you happiness, anything that is not, benefiting you and bringing you some type of peace of mind, I'm going to give an example. A lot of people are in shitty friendship situations or have been in shitty friendship situations. I know I definitely have, or this is just an example, but when someone is treating you bad when someone is treating you wrong, when someone is, not showing up for you, or when someone is, just not being good to you, not treating you well, and you stay around and you're like, that's just how that person is, that's what a lot of times is what we do, when someone is treating us like wrong, or when, someone is being shady towards us or doing something shitty towards us, or, just not being good towards us, we tend to like brush it off, or at least I do. We tend to brush it off like, oh, that's just that person. That's just how they are. That's just, you just brush them. You just brush a lot of things off. You make up a lot of excuses for them. That's the word I'm trying to say. And, and then you just stay in these situations. You stay in these shitty, fucked up situations with the people that aren't the best for you, because you are afraid of walking away. Or a lot of people are scared to, walk away because they're like, I've known this person for years. I've known this person since elementary school. I've known this person since birth, and okay, that isn't, and I'm not saying that like to be shady. Like, I'm just saying, like, what does that really mean? Like, you can know somebody for 10 plus years and they can treat you like shit, that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't, I don't think you should like stay around, and a lot, we do that, I even have stayed around, when friends weren't treating me the best, or in past relationships when I wasn't treated the best, I still stayed. I still would make excuses. I would brush it off. I would just be like, that's just that person, maybe like I just would make up excuses, and I would just deal with it and tolerate it, and after a while it's hard. And I know this is me personally, from my experience, it made me feel like, I didn't have any self-worth, like, or I would just let people walk all over me, or I would just let these people that I thought were close to me treat me like shit, just because I known them for years, or I had history with them, or we've been through so much, so I just would stick around, like I completely have done that before, I'm sure we all have stayed around longer than we probably should have, whether it be in friendships, relationships, family, jobs, with coworkers, like, it just, after a while it started to wear down on me, because it made me feel like, I don't have any self-respect, I don't have any self-worth if I'm just going to continue to let people that just because they're close to me, that I don't feel good, I don't feel, being around them makes me feel less than, and then that's not in any way, shape, or form. That's just, when you're good to someone and when you are good to people, you expect the same back. And that's what I had to learn and sometimes you have to learn that shit the hard way, is, not everybody's going to treat you the way that you want to be treated. Not everybody, just because you treat somebody good and you are a loyal friend and you a loyal partner and you're a loyal, family member, whatever the case may be, doesn't mean they're going to be that towards you. And that sucks. That's something that you have to, like, it fucking sucks at first, when you first are coming to realize it, and you're first coming to realization that, like, damn, like, just because I'm good to people doesn't mean they're going to be good to me, and that's like a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes it's hard to like digest that, because you're just like, fuck, if I'm giving out good, I expect people to treat me good, and some people just, that's not always the case. Certain people have certain agendas, certain people are around for a reason, or a lesson, some people are around for a season, you know what I mean? But this is what I would tell anybody: don't ever be afraid, like I said again, to walk away from a situation that is not helping you, or don't be afraid to walk away from someone that isn't treating you well, or walk away from a relationship that, is not good, or, if a family member is treating you like shit, everyone has every right to walk away from something that is not serving them, you know what I mean? And it's not good for their mental health or their peace of mind, whether, and I don't care who it is. It can be your mother, it can be your brother, it can be your closest friend that you've known for 30 plus years, that doesn't matter. If something isn't good for you, you have every single right to leave. Don't stay in it longer than you should, don't stay in something that it just probably won't get any better, this person won't change, or like, things aren't going to ever be good, you know what I mean? Don't ever Definitely don't ever stay around somewhere longer than you fucking should have. I have been there. I've done that. I've stayed around in places and in situations and have dealt with people longer than I probably should have. You know what I mean? And this isn't to make it. This is not to make it seem like it's just everybody, because I'm a fucking hot mess too. Like I have my own shit. I have my own vices. Like I'm not a perfect person. From by any means, I'm not a perfect person. You know, I fuck up on the daily. No, I'm not a perfect person. You know, I have my faults. I have my vices. I have my things that I need to work on too. I'm sure as we all do, you know, but I definitely feel like, you know, at a certain point for your mental health and for your peace of mind, if these relationships or these situations are causing you stress, like relationships should be easy. Friendship should be easy. I've said this before, you know, like there shouldn't be any stress in a friendship. There shouldn't be a relationship. When you're dating someone, is kind of different because there's going to be like, you know, you're in a relationship. So of course there's going to be challenges within that because relationships are not easy within itself, you know. But when it comes to, I feel like friendships, I feel like there shouldn't be any like animosity in a friendship. A friendship shouldn't stress you out. A friendship should not, you know, after you're done hanging out with this person, you shouldn't feel drained by it. You know, you shouldn't feel used in a friendship. You know what I mean? Like you should not let this friendships should not be like that. Like they should be just so easy breezy. Like we have the same understanding. Like we both respect each other. We both, love one another and have love for one another. You know what I mean? Like, cause like a friendship is just like you're dating. It's different, but it's the same. It's like a relationship. You have to be respectful. You have to, it's just like a relationship. You know what I mean? Like it's different, but it's like you're dating a relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, you have to, I don't know. It's a lot of work in a relationship, but again, if you feel like you're in these situations and you're dealing with these people and you know it's just coming, no good is coming from the situation of you being around this person or you interacting with this person anymore, then you have every single right to walk away from the situation, and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't feel guilty of having to walk away from a friendship or having to walk away from a relationship or having to walk away from a family member if they're not bringing you any, like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? They're bringing you more stress than they are peace. They're bringing you more drama than they are like positivity. You know what I mean? They're causing more harm than they're doing good. You know what I mean? And again, that's another thing too. That's a hard pill to swallow for some people, and even for me, because it's just like, you know, you think you know a person and you think that you're on the same page at some sort of level with the person, and then when you like see a person for who they truly are, when you realize, you know, maybe that's not right. Maybe I don't like the way you treat me. I don't like the way you do, how you are acting towards me. You know what I mean? Once you start to realize those little things and you start to realize like it becomes a pattern, you start to just step back, or at least I do. You start to like assess the situation, and you know what I mean? Like 9 times out of 10, I walk away from the situation because it's like, I have had to walk away from plenty of friendships. You know what I mean? I've had to walk away from friends that, you know, I felt like I was being used in a situation and not in like in a monetary type of way. Like, just in different ways of feeling like, you know, if I didn't have certain things, they wouldn't come around, or if I didn't have like, you know, something to offer at that moment, they wouldn't be around. You know what I mean? Like, so I've stayed in those friendships, and I've looked past a lot of things that I shouldn't have probably looked past in those relationships, in those friendships. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things like red flags that I seen that I was like, you know, I should have said something in that moment, but I never did. You know what I mean? I didn't speak up on it, which that's something I need to work on anyways, is speaking up when something bothers me or when something is wrong, because it's like me not speaking up causes more damage to me, you know what I mean, versus me voicing my opinion from the jump and being like, you know what, I don't agree with this. I don't like how this is, like, I don't like how you're treating me, you know. A lot of friendships too, I had felt like, you know, my like shit didn't matter, you know what I mean, and it was like kind of like a one-sided, like I've been in one-sided friendships definitely where I felt like I was putting in more, or felt like I was, you know, being more respectful or more, you know, caring for their feelings, or you know what I mean, and I felt like at times I didn't get that back in return. I felt like it was just like a, you know, like whatever type of thing. And I know life is crazy, like we all have shit going on, we all have a million different things going on. Life is so unpredictable, you know what I mean? But I feel like if I'm taking the time out of my like life to like be there for you and to hear you out and to give you advice, or to, you know, to be there when you like need a shoulder to cry on, I feel like I should have that same thing in return. I don't feel like it should be any different. And a lot of friendships that I was in previously, it kind of just was like that. It was like, you know, this is what I got going on. This is my issues. Hear them all out. Give me advice. But when I was going through an issue, or, you know, when I felt like, you know, I was going through something detrimental, or when I was like going stressed out about something, you know, it kind of was just like I had to either deal with it on my own, talk to my partner, talk to like my mom or something like that. Like, you know, it wasn't like I couldn't confide in those friendships, you know what I mean? Because they were sometimes one-sided, you know what I mean? And now I can look back looking at that now that I'm out of these friendships, and now that I'm like have spent time away from these people, you know, I kind of can see that it was like, you know, I didn't like the way you guys were treating me, you know? And again, this is not to make them seem like they're the bad people, or to make it seem like I was perfect, because I wasn't. You know, I got in a relationship, so I'm sure like they probably felt neglected, or felt like I was spending more time with, you know, my boyfriend at the, like, you know, or, you know, maybe I didn't always text back right away as much as I could, or maybe I didn't always respond right away as much as I could have, you know. But as far as like a mutual respect thing, I feel like, as you know, I was always kind of there. I always had like mutual respect for my friends, and I feel like it wasn't the same in return, you know what I mean? And I can say that now, looking back, again, now that I'm out of those friendships, and now that I'm like not in that space with them anymore, or, you know, now that I've like spent time away from them, it's kind of like I've had time to sit and reflect and be like, you know what, I will never accept that again. I'll never tolerate that again, just because I've known a person for years, or, you know, I've been through like ups and downs with this person, you know what I mean, good and bad. And, you know, just because I've done that and been through all that with the person does not mean I'll ever allow a person to, if I see a red flag, or if I see something that, you know, bothers me, or if I feel like, you know, I don't really like that, you know, I'm going to speak up on it, or I'm at least going to like let you know it made me feel some type of way, you know, versus me just not saying anything and kind of brushing it off, because that really doesn't do much either, which I'm learning too. It's just like, you can only brush it off for so long before you just have to confront it head on, and you have to just deal with it, you know, versus just trying to run from it, or trying to just not even bring it up because you don't want a confrontation, or, you know, not trying to bring it up because you don't want to argue, or, and that's where I go back to saying, like, a friendship shouldn't be hard. Like, it shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be something that is stressful, you know. It should be something that's like easy, and you can both be around each other, and it's like a good time, and, you know, you can lean on each other, and you can, you know, that they can be your rock, you know, and you guys are just solid, you know, and it has to be 50-50, just like any other relationship, you know what I mean? And I just, you know, I don't know, you live and you learn, though. Like, I've truly have learned a lot from those friendships, and I've learned a lot about myself being in those friendships, and I learned like what I would do differently the next time around when, you know, when you meet friends. And because like I've also made a video, y'all, I feel like I'm 28, gonna be 29, and I don't have any friends, but I've learned, like, and that's a whole other video where I could talk about it. Well, I made a video about it, but there's so many videos I can make just alone on that topic, you know. But I do feel like I just have learned a lot from those friendships, and being in those situations with people, and, you know, accepting things that I shouldn't have accepted. Y'all already know I can't speak. I shouldn't have accepted certain things that I accepted, you know, and that I would just brush off, or I would just be like, you know, it's not that big of a deal, or, you know, this person's going through a lot, you know. Just because someone's going through a lot does not mean they have the right to treat you like shit. You know, just because someone is going through a lot, just in general, you know, to me, in my opinion, it doesn't give you a right to treat somebody like shit. It doesn't give you a right to treat your friends that have always been there for you like shit. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking in general, you know, like, of course, I talked about my certain situations, but now I'm speaking in general. It's just like, you know, treat people the way that you want to be treated. If someone is treating you well, or if somebody is, you know, being there for you and giving you advice, you know, do the same for them in return, you know, treat them the way they treat you, you know what I mean? And if it's not reciprocated, then you ultimately have to walk away, you know. And don't ever be afraid to walk away from a situation that is hurting you, or making you feel like you're less than, or making you question yourself, or making you feel like, you know, or it's all your fault, or whatever the case may be. You know, if it's making you feel like you are less than, or it's not making you feel good anymore, you have every right to walk away, and no one has really any right to feel any, I mean, they can feel a type of way about it, but you still have the right to walk away. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel some type of way all you want, but my decision is to walk away from you. My decision is to have more boundaries for myself. My decision is to have more self-respect for myself, and more self-worth for myself, and not allow you to treat me like shit, not allow you to walk all over me like a doormat. You know what I mean? I don't know, y'all. That's just what I've learned, you know. And I just give y'all advice on what I went through, you know, from my experiences, and I try to let y'all know, like, it's okay to walk away from a situation, or it's okay to walk away from a friendship, or it's okay to walk away from a family member that doesn't treat you well, you know. Again, I feel like sometimes, I don't know if I said this earlier in the video or not, but sometimes I just feel like, you know, we are scared. We do get scared to walk away from a situation or to walk away from a person because we've known them for so long, or because we grew up with them, or because they were in our family, or because, you know, they were there when nobody else was, but they still treat you like shit. You know, you have to tell yourself that. You're like, you can say like, okay, yes, they've been there for me. Yes, they've looked out for me. Yes, they gave me advice. Yes, they, you know, were there for me. But if they're being shady towards you, if they're treating you like shit, if they're not reciprocating the same energy as you give in, you know, or if they're just not being a good person to you, you know, you can have that decision how you want to walk away. You have that right to walk away from them. You have that right to look away from them and never turn back, you know. And no one can make you, again, like I said, no one can make you feel any type of way about that. Nobody can make you feel like, you know, you're wrong for walking away from a situation, or walking away from a person that isn't good for you, or doesn't benefit you in a good way, you know, or isn't bringing anything positive to your life, or, you know, or is being one-sided and making you feel less than as a person, or less than as a friend in a friendship, you know, or in a relationship, whatever the case may be, whatever the dynamic is between you and that person, you know. You do have every right, again, to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you, anything that doesn't make you feel good, you know. And that's the thing, like, we all deserve a peace of mind. We all deserve happiness. We all deserve to just have a fucking break, you know, and to have good people around us, have good energy, have, you know, the people that truly love you around you, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just feel like, just take it from me, and hopefully, like, you learn something from this video, or you can get something out of this video. Like, trust me, I've been there, where it's like, you don't want to lose a friend, you don't want to lose a family member, you don't want to lose, like, that bond with somebody because you've known them for so long, but they're still not good for you, you know. At the end of the day, though, those friendships weren't good to me. They weren't. And again, I'm not making it seem like I'm the victim at all, or making it seem like it was just all strictly them. I just had to come to an understanding with myself, you know, that's just like, you know, those weren't good for me, you know. That doesn't mean that's the end all be all of friendships, or me making new friends, or that's not the case. That's not what I want to, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I do feel like, you know, I learned a lot from those friendships. I learned a lot about myself being in those friendships, like, and again, I've learned what I'm going to allow and what I'm not going to allow, you know, just by being in those friendships, and really experiencing it, you know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to make this video too, and that's why I just wanted to be like, you know, it's okay to fucking walk away from something that isn't fucking making you happy, you know, or isn't like bringing you any type of joy. You know, you have every fucking right to walk away from that, you know, and walk away from situations, and walk away from people, you know, that even if you know them for 20 plus years, you know, if they aren't treating you right, you can fucking walk away from them, you know what I mean? And you can come out a better person, you can come out wiser, you can come out stronger, you can come out learning more about yourself, learning more about that situation, you know, once you're out of it, once you have like took time away from it, you know. But yeah, y'all, just always look out for yourself, and always look out for your well-being. And again, like I said, I'll probably sound like a fucking broken record, but don't ever be afraid to walk away from somebody or anything that isn't making you feel good, or isn't bringing you any peace. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about in this video with you guys, because I just feel like, you know, I always hear people, and I always feel like, you know, I've even been in situations too where it's like, damn, I don't want to walk away from this situation, or I don't want to walk away from this person because I've known them for so long. Fuck that. If they aren't treating you right, I'm out. Like, period, point blank. And that's what I would tell you guys too, and don't feel bad about it. But I'm going to end this video on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, comment down below how you guys feel on it. Also, give this video a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.